Good morning everyone. Welcome to the another session of non-terminating recurring decimals. What we will do today? We will do today convert. You have non-terminating recurring decimal numbers. Those decimal numbers are repeated decimal numbers. You have to convert back into the fraction. So different type of decimals number, different type of repeated decimals numbers, non-terminating decimal numbers. There are different form you have to convert into fraction. So here I have basically three types of their different types of decimal numbers that I am going to change into fraction again. In this, if I have first number is 0.5 bar. Bar means in this decimal number 5 is repeated infinite times. When you remove this bar line means only 5 is repeated up to endless time. So I consider this as x as my first equation. Now here, so what I will do, because I want to shift number here, this from here. So whatever number, how many numbers bar line is there, you have to count how many digits has the bar line. Here in this only one digit has bar line. If there is only one digit as bar line, so what you consider, you multiply both sides, left side and right side, with multiple of 10 according to the digits. If there is repeated digit is 1, then you have to multiply with multiple of 10 with 1. 10 raised to power 1 means there should be a 1 0 with 1. If there will be a 2 repeated decimals, like bar line is on 2 digits, then you have to multiply by 100. How many digits on the bar line is there, you have to multiply multiple of 10 according to that. So here if I multiply both sides by 10, so when you multiply x with 10, that gives me 10x. But when you multiply 0.555 multiply by 10, in last classes I already told you many times, when you multiply multiple of 10 with any decimal number, that decimal number according to 0 shift to the right side of the decimal number. If I multiply with 10, means that is 0 is only 1. So it means only decimal number digit at one place on the right side. If it will be 100, then it will shift 2 digit to the right side. According to the multiple of 10, it will shift. Now here, this consider as equation first, and second one, this consider as equation 2 when we multiply the left side right side by 10. Now subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Now you have two equations, mark this first and second equation. Now you subtract 1 from equation 2. That means left side subtract from the left side, right side subtract from the right side. 10x minus x, that is subtraction of the left side, like 5.555 up to endless minus 0.555, that is endless. Okay, so here when you multiply 10x minus x, that gives you 9x. But when you are going to when you subtract 10x minus x give you 9x, but when you subtract 5.555 minus 0.55, that is decimal part and that is decimal part. When you subtract same decimal part with decimal part, that becomes 0, and 5 minus 0 only give you answer 5. Now you cross multiply this one, because here is 1 is there. When 9 goes on this side, that changes into division, like 5 divided by 9. So when any term is multiplied with this, when shifted into this side, so that gives you 9. Or you can write x is equal to 5 divided by 9. After then you can write x is equal to 5 divided by 9. If there is any common factor between that, you convert that fraction into lowest form. Here if I check, there is no common number other than 1, so that means that fraction is already in lowest form. So that is your required answer, that is 0.5 bar is equal to 5 by 9. You can check, if you divide 5 by 9, you will get the same answer in the decimal form. So if I have another question like that, 0.161616, that is repeated endless time. So here x is equal to 0.16 bar. So x is equal to, that means 116, 2 digit is repeated endless. So that means 16, 16, 16 is repeated endless time. So what I will do, whatever I told you before question in that, if there is 2 digit under bar, then you have to multiply according to multiple of 10. If 2 digit, there will be a 2 zeros. If there is 3 digit, so there will be a 3 zero. Here bar is under 2 digit, so I want to shift 2 digit on this side. If you want to shift 2 digit, that means you have to multiply by 100. Now 100 both by left side and right side. 100x, then 100 multiply 0.16. When you multiply decimal number with multiple of 10, digit should be shifted to the right side. If there are 2 zeros there, this digit should be 2 digit to the right side. That's 16 into 16, that again endless 16 continues. Now again you subtract first equation from second equation. So when you subtract, that gives you 100x minus x give you 99x. Then now when you subtract right side, 16 minus 16 and minus 0, decimal part in both the number is same. When you subtract same decimal part with decimal part, that gives you 0. It means that will be cancelled. Only 16 minus 0, 16 is left. When you check again here, when 99 goes here, that is 16 divided by 9. Any term multiply with the variable that shifted to the other side, that changes into division sign. If there will be a divide, that will be changes to multiply. So x is equal to 16 divided by 99. This is again lowest form, so that is my required answer. But what will I do if I have a question 3.29 bar? Now here there is other digit is also available. So what I do? So before solving this repeated decimal, I shift other digits on the other side, like that. Here I want to shift one digit on this side. It means I want to shift this decimal to the right of the 2. So that means I have to multiply. If you want to shift only one digit, so that means you have to multiply by 10. So this is your equation 1. So now multiply by 10. Multiply by 10 both sides. So that gives you 10x. Then 10 multiply by 3.29 bar. Again now 2 shift on this side, that is 10x. So that is 332.9 bar. Now only after decimal, repeated decimal is left. So whatever in this type of question, first you have to shift on the left side digit those who are not repeated. Then you have to go with the operation on the repeated numbers. Now here I consider this as equation 2, but before consider as equation 2, I open this 9, like 9x 32999 endless. So that is my equation 2. Now next condition is that in this repeated digit I have only one repeated digit, like only one digit bar is there. I already told you how many digit bar is there, that you have to multiply by multiple of 10 with both the sides according to the digit. If there is one digit, that means you have to multiply by 10. If there is 2 digit under the bar, you have to multiply by 100. Now this same equation, now equation 2 multiply by 10 again. Why 10 again? Because still I have repeated digit is there. I want to shift that repeated digit on the other side. So here 10 multiply by 10x, then 10 multiply by 32.999, so on. Okay, that becomes 100x. Now here again you multiply decimal with 10, that means that decimal shift to the right side, that is 329.999. So that becomes equation 3rd. Now what you do next? Now you have to subtract equation 2 from equation 3. Now subtract equation 2 from equation 3, that is 100x minus 10x because this is 100x, this is 10x. Here 329.999 minus 32.999. Now decimal part in both the cases is same. If decimal part is same, so when you subtract the decimal part, that part will gives you 0. Only you have to subtract now 329 minus 32. Now when you subtract 329 and 32, so what it gives you? 7, 9 and 2. So that gives you 297. So that means after subtraction, before the decimal gives me 297 and after the decimal gives me 0, and 100 minus 10 gives me 90x. Now again this 90 is multiplied by x when shifted on another side, 297. After decimal there is no if 0 you write or not, that is doesn't mean anything. So if there is after the decimal any single 0 is there, you can automatically remove and consider that number as whole number. 297 divided by 90. Now you can check if there is any common number between that. Yes, you can check, is there any common number between that? Yes, it goes on 3 table also. You can also make it the lowest form or just keep as it is, because the condition is that you have to convert into fractions. And if there is a further common number is there, like both goes on 9 table also, because if I go on 9 table also, that gives me again this part also. So better you leave at the fraction part, 297 by 90. If you're going to create into lowest form, so that will gives you, it goes on 9 table also. 9 3s are 27 and 9 3s are 27. So that gives me 297.90 divided by 9. So that gives me 10. Okay, so you can leave at that place 33 by 10 when you're going to divide. So that gives you 3.3. If you look at the round off number, we will do next approximation of the number like 3.3. So that is 33 by 10 is the lowest form. So that is my fraction. Thank you. Have a nice